Good morning. It's Friday, February 10th. On this day last year, South African President Jacob Zuma announced the creation of a $1.2 billion fund to help create more employment opportunities. Lady T here in Cheryl's World, coming to you with the morning's latest news to help keep you informed on what's happening in your world. Staying current with weather conditions around the globe, in Munich, Germany, it is a cloudy and cold 18 degrees, a clear 55 degrees in Hargeisa, Somalia, and slightly closer to Cheryl's World in Dallas, Texas, it's 46 degrees. Getting right into news, President Obama will help millions of homeowners get relief with the announcement yesterday to grant $26 billion in settlements. This mortgage relief deal will give homeowners a reduction in debt if they owe more than their houses are worth and refinancing at lower rates. As for those who lost their homes in the last 3 years, they will receive a check for about $2,000. Mortgages owned by Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae are excluded from this plan. This week, during a southern Mexico political rally for the state's Institutional Revolutionary Party, 700 people got poisoning from the event's food and drinks. Those who were diagnosed have been treated and released, according to Guerrero State Health Secretary Rufino Dominguez. Authorities are testing food and drinks to find the cause. Covering a potential hazardous development, 170 miles east of Atlanta is set to be the location of 2 new nuclear plants. The Nuclear Regulatory Commission is set to approve their construction, making a total of 4 reactors at the Vogtle Nuclear Power Plant complex. In Georgia, a coalition of regional environmentalist groups plan to challenge the NRC, saying the current position will put residents' health safety at risk. Technology giant Apple faced many headstrong consumers yesterday at the Grand Central Terminal store in New York. Protesters of the International Working Condition to Overseas Apple employees are gathering petitions from all over the world. This is a really huge step for us, and combining all the voices we've collected from people all over the world asking Apple to clean up their supply chain, said Change.org human rights organizer Sarah Ryan. With hopes to prevent childhood obesity, Atlanta-based campaign Strong for Life is displaying ads of overweight, unhappy children. The U.S. state of Georgia has the second highest childhood obesity rate. Dr. Alan Guttmacher responded negatively to the poster, saying that they may actually increase the stigma and has caused many billboards of Strong for Life to be taken down. On the other hand, another doctor of the state, Dr. Mark Woolkin, countered, when we look at how to get that awareness, really the most effective means are to use techniques that some might say are controversial. Billboards are still standing in the neighborhoods with high childhood obesity rates. It seems more people, especially celebrities, have to watch what they tweet these days. CNN political analyst Roland Martin was suspended Wednesday for a Twitter posting about a Super Bowl commercial showing David Beckham's H&M underwear line. Martin posted, "If a dude at your Super Bowl party is hyped about David Beckham's H&M underwear ad, smack the ish out of him." Along with another tweet, Roland Martin was said to have made anti-gay comments as well as used demeaning language. That goes to show freedom of speech isn't really free. Keeping the pace with sports, in basketball, the LA Lakers beat the Boston Celtics after going into overtime last night. It was a close 88-87 for the Lakers, with 27 points made by Kobe Bryant and 22 points scored by the Celtics' Ray Allen. Both teams pushed it to the limit. Wrapping up your look into the headlines, this has been Lady T. Please be sure to stay tuned. Cheryl's World will continue after this break.
The numbers are staggering. More than 1 in 3 South Africans of working age out of work. Many are unskilled, uneducated, and the traditional pools of opportunity are drying up. Factories like this one are being forced to close, victims to cheap Chinese imports and increasingly stiff labour laws, the latter a luxury that experts say South Africa can do without.
No one is going to pay a minimum wage for a person with no skills, and the most classic example of that was the dramatic rise in unemployment in the agricultural sector from the time that they introduced a minimum wage in that sector in 2001.
The reality is South Africa desperately needs jobs, but the power of the unions within the governing alliance means that jobs, even for unskilled workers, must meet basic minimum conditions, which many employers say they simply can't afford, so they lay staff off or shut up shop altogether.
Very much in danger.
Why?
Because we can't afford the compliant rate. We've got to start paying that compliant rate. Soon we'll be out of work.
Elias was a factory security guard until the factory was forced to close 4 months ago. He blames the unions.
Because they want the people to get more money. Now the problem is the factory, they have no money to pay the people. That's why they close the factory.
Joyce worked there as well. So did her husband. With 4 children to see through school, the family is penniless.
I'm still looking for another job. Even today I was in Bloemfontein, going up and down in town at the factories looking for the job.
This is where political ideology and economic pragmatism forcefully collide. The workers need rights, but the country needs jobs more. With the promise of 5 million jobs by 2020 on the table, the contest is now on to see whether government or the unions prevail. Jonah Hull, Al Jazeera, Bloemfontein, South Africa.